hit rolling. And then, so can you say your name and then your position here at the Wesley?
Oh, okay, thank you. So my name is Gloria Ajinomisanghan. I'm serving here in ministry at the Wesley as the Associate Director of International Ministries Outreach and Service.
Perfect. So, why do you think having the ESL classes as an option for international students is important?
Awesome, thank you for asking that. So, having the English as a second language class for international students is important because, as it's one of we saw a need. It's one of the struggles for international students that English is not their first language or primary language, depending on what country they are from. So, and what ends up happening if we didn't have a resource like this here at the Wesley is that international students will need to find a resource to learn English that they have to pay for to be able to be better at communication and to help even with their process of education, because English is like the primary language here in the United States. So the Wesley having English as a second language, we are able to meet the needs of teaching and helping better the English of the international students that are here in our community. We get to do it for free, and also they are able to not only learn the language and be better about it, but also connect with other students here on campus.
And then, how do you think COVID impacted the program? Like, how many students on average showed up weekly before and after COVID?
Awesome, thank you for asking that. So the English as second language class, it was before COVID. We had right around 15 to 20 students each week. So weekly we had two classes. So we met twice in the week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I had about 50 to 20 students. We were mostly in person. So the impact of COVID is that COVID reduced that number by half. So that was the first impact, was that we had to stop the class altogether. So especially because we had most of our international students that were taking the class were from China, and since that was like a spotlight during the COVID time, they felt insecure even leaving their homes. What the international students would do is try to follow the rules from their country even while they're here, so because they don't feel safe trusting the rules that are here, so they were staying and quarantined for a couple of months. In the summer, we started up again. I got the idea from the fact that I was a student online, and talked with our international director. So we started the online English class. So we did have at least 20-something students sign up to join online throughout the summer during the COVID time. So there was a positive impact in us starting Zoom and having a lot of students. However, once the quarantine, like the COVID laws had reduced, we ended up losing most of the students that were able to join online because they had to continue with their lives. And then the students that usually would be here in person have still not been able to return back. So we still haven't had as many as 20-something students attend the class. We are anywhere from 10 to 12 right now. So, and it's now, since we moved it to online, and it's kind of like hybrid online and in person, we're slowly starting to get more in person. We've had like 2 or 3, I think right now we have maybe at least 5 in-person people coming for the class, and majority of the others are online, so somewhere between 10 to 15. So it dropped from like 25 to 30, like twice a week to once a week. So that's how it impacted it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then, so what is one of your favorite things about Thursday nights, the international night in general?
In general, oh my goodness, awesome. I have so much to share about that. So emotional. I have to pick one. Okay, I really love the community. I love the fact that I get to see what I never forget. My former colleague once shared about this. What I get to experience, like a picture of heaven, every time we meet on a Thursday night. So the community is really diverse. There's like everyone from different countries, but being able to come together and celebrate our culture and then celebrate Christ as well. So we have the dinner, have the food, but have a lot of joys and laughters. For most of the international students from like various countries, like this is the one time where we get to see each other before, separating back to our normal routine each week. So I really am just blessed. One thing that I love about the community is the community. That's what I love about the International Fellowship, is the community of diverse groups coming together to just enjoy fellowship.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yes.
International Night has become one of my favorite things, a part of like my week.
Yes.
So,
Thank you.
How do you think International Night has positively impacted the students who come to the U.S. and feel lost? Do you think it is easy for this to become a home/community for new students? If so, why? Which you kind of touched base on, but...
Yes, thank you. Oh my goodness. I hope so. I think so. I think I know so. So I think it's been an amazing experience. So I consider myself a fruit of the Wesley being a home away from home, which is one of the reasons why the International Ministry started and was set up. I think that so that's part of what we try to do, is make our international students here find the home away from home, and I think it has impacted students that come into our building. There's something about so I started off as an international student before becoming an intern and a staff full time, and I know when I see the joys in their faces. We've had several students share testimonies in our newsletters and things like that. There's just something about coming to a space and then finding someone else who is going through what you're going through, who understands what this life of transitioning from your home country to like somewhere else entirely, to embark on this journey of like education but then learn other things. So I think it's positively impacted international students who come here because they have like that living testimony of finding a home away from home. So from like tasting the food, having a taste of home in the food, that international food we get to prepare, to like having like that fellowship of like coming together, every tribe, every tongue, every race, just coming together to praise and worship God, to like sharing all the great stories of like how life is. So I think that it's positively impacted their faith and their ability to like make these new friendships. I have stories of like friendships that started from meeting here at the Wesley and that has blossomed like even after they graduated. So
Perfect. Awesome. That's all the questions I have.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Awesome.